The Town Board Work Session for September 14th. I ask everybody, please turn off your cell phones, pagers, or electronic devices, and assisted listening devices are available for the hearing impaired. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I'd ask for a moment of silent reflection, and please keep in your thoughts and prayers the victims of 9/11. Thank you very much.
Yeah, please announce this, that we're on live.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Besides videotaping our meetings and posting them on our website, we are also live on Facebook as we speak right now, which will make it easy access for people who do not want to come out to meetings. We will be broadcasting live. Thank you, Donna and Bob Riccati, for making it all happen.
Okay, for the agenda, I need to add a water sewer re-levy and a grass cutting levy onto taxes under mine.
Is it the same one that's under my agenda?
Are you on here?
Yes. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
I would like to add clean energy community announcement.
Okay, anybody else? So moved.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Department head statements. Chief Brevet, we'll start with you, since you're, you have anything?
Nothing this time.
Okay, Donna?
No.
Okay. Tim?
No.
Nothing? Jake, you're on the agenda. Bill Conrad, Deputy Supervisor?
Nothing.
Nothing? Dan Zano, you want to real quick give us an update on the water project real quick? Just a quick synopsis. No? Come on. Everything's going smoothly, no major issues?
No major issues.
So far, it looks good. I mean, they're moving right along Little River. Creek Road's completely done.
Yep.
Country Club Trail's completely done.
Yep. Final restoration will be this week.
This week on Country Club Trail.
Yep.
And then, what was the other? Sweet Home and,
Services have to be tied in up there.
okay.
Say that again?
The services have to be tied in yet, obviously.
When do you think that'll happen?
They're going to start next week.
Tying them in? Good. And shortly after that, then the old hydrants will come out?
Yep.
Excellent.
Good. Dave Train?
I think Dave's doing a great job. Other than that, nothing else.
Mike Dashnell, anything?
Just an update for the rec programs. The fall programs were dependent on the schools, and they basically, they told us that we're pretty much shut down until December 1st.
Okay.
So we'll be limited at what we can offer in the fall as well.
Is that an arbitrary date, December 1?
I'm not really sure.
Who's the other staff?
The school districts have been informing me of that. Our fall programs are dependent on December 1st anyway. So we're going to be done fall.
I'd like to thank Mike for making arrangements. The Friends of the Library and the Bicentennial Committee have both met in the parks under one of the shelters, and Mike's crew has made arrangements to open the washrooms for them, and it's best location we could find.
Good. Okay.
Okay, those of you who don't have a mic, you have to speak up so that the other mics pick you up, or it looks like we're talking to somebody who's not there.
Okay, abstract approval.
Move for approval of the regular abstract of claims number 20-00641 to 20-00802, and recommend the payment amount of $349,758.61, plus the post audit of $10,031.94. That's a motion.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I'd like to thank Carol Schroeder and Linda for the excellent work putting that together.
Approval of the minutes from 8/24.
Move for approval of the final plat application for Oak Run subdivision and the regular town board meeting, August 24th, 2020.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Upper Mountain addition to the roster. Please add the following individual to our rolls as a new member of the Upper Mountain Fire Company of Lewiston, Paul Joseph of 2934 Lockport Road.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Councilman Bax, pond construction prior to building permit.
Going to take care of that additional item of grass cutting.
Sure.
So my understanding is that there have been 20 parcels in the town that required the building department to go out and maintain grass at an appropriate rate or appropriate level. My understanding is that there were expenditures of $3,866.25 with the additional $100 administration fee. That totaled an additional $2,000, totaling $5,866.25. So I would make a motion that we apply the appropriate expenses on the tax rolls of the 20 parcels.
Second.
Motion and a second.
And that's reimbursed through the county?
Yes.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
The second item is, we've had a request for the construction of a pond in order to raise the grade of a building lot. And I believe, I'm not certain where this lot happens to be. I know it's not the 854 Onondaga Street.
No,
It's on
4579 Porter Center.
Porter Center Road.
Porter Center.
Mr. Wagner, who owns the property, has requested permission to build the Ziegler pond in order to get enough material to raise the lot to the appropriate level. I would just ask that the town board have some sort of discussion on it, so I would make the motion that we consider it.
Is Mr. Wagner here? Okay, good. I've spoken to the attorney and to Tim Masters, and go ahead, Tom Seaman.
Yeah, so I talked to Tim about this as well. This is kind of a unique request in that it's asking to build a pond on a parcel that doesn't already have a structure. It's not already a residential property. So, and they're asking for a building permit, as I understand it from speaking with Mr. Masters, for the pond only to obtain a building permit perhaps for the house at a later date. So, as I look through this, your town code this is a unique scenario within the town code. The way that I think that you should look at it is that what they're requesting is a non-residential use within a residential district. Because right now they're just asking to put a pond on a residential property. To do that, you would need site plan review and you'd need to go through the planning board. So I would recommend the town board refer to the planning board and that the applicant take it through the planning board process for site plan review to do such an action. And speaking with Mr. Masters, I know that when a home is being constructed and he's issuing a building permit in conjunction with a pond permit, he'll do those at the same time, but that's because they're putting a pond on a property that is at the same time have the building permit for a residential building on it. So I think those would be the two options for the applicant to consider, but I don't believe there's anything the town board can do at this point in time themselves. I'd recommend referral to the planning board.
Would such a referral make any sense if he doesn't have any plans for the house yet?
Yeah, I mean, well, there lies the problem.
Right.
So, what Tom's advice is, you don't allow just the pond.
Well, my advice is if you're asking just for a pond on a residential lot that doesn't have a residence on it, you need to get site plan approval. And to do so, you have to go through the planning board. You're gonna have to bring in, some plans for what the pond is, where it's gonna be, what your setbacks are gonna be, some level of engineering scope that you've gotten, and then the planning board kind of takes charge of it and runs with it with, in terms of making sure that it's, the planning board would recommend an approval or a disapproval for the town board at a later date for that. that would be the process if you just wanted to build a pond on a lot, period. But the alternative would be for the applicant to get his building plans together and submit it all to Mr. Masters again at a later date, and it might just get all approved at that point in time. Does that make sense?
Sure, and I reviewed that second option with Mr. Masters before, and the timing on this is to try to get it done prior to this winter, so we can let that cycle start the settling process. So
Sure.
we can potentially be ready to build in a year, this coming year or 2022 early. And just so that everyone understands, the product from the pond would be to raise the house area, so it's.
Nothing will leave the site.
Correct, and it's specifically to raise that house in the yard area. I got pricing to bring that amount in, and it was around $30,000 extra to bring it in. There's some areas that are 2 to 3 foot low of what I would need to build a house. So a lot very low, and it's wet constantly, so I'm trying to get a head start on that.
Mr. Wagner, do you have plans?
So I don't have architectural plans, I have basic floor plans, they're not finalized, and my concern is that I can't finalize those early enough to not miss this winter. That's why I'm asking for these.
Well, I think basically the advice from the attorney is that you have two choices. So however you want to handle it, it's going to be up to you eventually. But I guess there's going to be no action taking on just saying, yes, you can go ahead and do it. So if you take it to the planning board, it's one way, or you do the building permit. So we'll take no action tonight, correct, Tom?
Sorry.
We'll take no action tonight.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Just
that's
refer it to the
recommendation.
planning board.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you don't need to take action to refer to the planning board. I think that we have sufficiently advised him of his options.
Okay.
In that regard.
Okay, thank you. Sewer refund, Oak Run Drive.
We have a request for a refund, and this meets with our standards on the matter for the non-sewer portion of, the sewer portion of the water bill amounts to $93.87. I make a motion that we refund that to David DeFazio of 569 Oak Run Drive, Lewiston.
Motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved.
And last, we have a request to determine, and I would imagine this to classify 4612 Model City Road as an unsafe structure.
That's going to be tabled on my recommendation, I believe, as well. Spoke with the building department today. There's some extra steps that we need to comply with to be able to do that. And I talked to Chris Pollock, and he agreed that we work on that for the next couple of weeks. So what I would recommend is a motion to table that action until next week, or next session.
We put it on old business.
Okay.
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
So moved. Clean Energy, Mr. Guyton.
I received an email from Jason Kay, Clean Energy, indicating that there's some new grants coming available that the town may be eligible to pursue and hopefully to attain. I've reached out to Connie Meyer, our grant writer, and she would like to sit in on the meeting. I hope to reach out to, I will reach out to our sewer department director, Jeff, and have him sit on it, and hopefully we can move ahead with some more grants following in the great leadership of Rob Morrell, who did so well for us for 4 years on that.
Good, thank you very much.
So Clean Energy is, have we dealt with it? Who are
Yes,
they?
it's Jason Kay, the same young man that has come to us before.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I would try to pronounce his last name, but
And then real quick for under Broderick, the water sewer relevy. This is from Tamara Miagrossi. I'm requesting approval to place the unpaid water and sewer accounts for the town of Lewiston on the 2021 town and county taxes. The breakdown of water and sewers as follows. Water, $112,189.18. The master sewer of $61,306.20. The south sewer of $7,155, and then town charges totaling $41,400. for a total of $222,050.38.
Is that a motion?
Yes, a complete listing of those who are unpaid is on file in the office. I'd make that motion.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Mr. Jacoby, site plan Lower River Road.
I went over and had a look at that. I've actually seen that site quite often, and they're doing a nice job, and it seems like a great project. I'm not sure exactly what motion I should make here.
This is a site plan review that went through your planning board.
And they're recommending that we do it.
They made a recommendation that I believe is in your packet that you approve it, but before you do that, you need to do seeker on it. They've also recommended a negative declaration relative to the seeker, so you need two motions.
First, I make the motion that we do a seeker on this
Yeah,
project.
well, make a motion that you declare a negative deck on.
Make a motion we declare a negative deck on the stairway project on Lower River Road.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And then the next motion is just whether or not you agree with the planning board to approve that site plan.
Yeah, I make a motion we do agree with the planning board. Seems like a good thing.
Second discussion?
We have a motion and a second. Go ahead.
Environmental Commission reviewed it, and they had one small concern. They would like to make a recommendation that the least amount of foliage is removed as the project is being developed, and more foliage is planted to secure the bank.
Yeah, they've cleared quite a bit of it already. I noticed they had taken it before, but whoever they have doing that bank work apparently has experience in that, because it didn't come in like, slash and burn.
But we've learned from our experience that if we don't include it in the motion,
Oh, no.
just because it was discussed along the way, it has to be
Could
included.
I amend my motion to reflect that?
Sure, yep.
Reflect that the environmental committee wants minimal foliage removed and replaced to the best as possible.
Appropriate.
Appropriate.
So we have a motion. You want to second that as well, Mr. Gavin?
Yes.
We have a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
I did have one other thing that we should have, that I should have put on it's a real brief thing.
Yep. All right.
The most near we are to completing the seal, I saw the latest one, and they've taken into account our concerns with the seal. And the latest rendition looks really good. She's still working on the situation with the bridge in the background. But it's close, right?
Excuse me. I hope to have it ready for the next town board meeting.
Yeah.
Good.
Marge, if you can get that to us ahead of time, so we have a chance to review it, if possible.
Yes, I probably could, And then if you have any suggestions or concerns or anything, you could bring them back and we can get it adjusted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing it.
In Mount St. Mary's Hospital?
Yeah. Tom, what do we decide on that?
What the town needs to do today on that application is just call for a public hearing.
For
to
next-
take place at the next town board meeting.
I make a motion, we call for a public hearing at the next town board. Donna, can we do that?
September 28th.
6 o'clock.
And so for clarification, what it is there's a concept plan that's been submitted, and the applicant has made it through the planning board phase. It's before the town board, but it requires a hearing for concept plan approval. So that they would be on to the next town board meeting for a public hearing, and then the town board would take action on it.
Okay.
So we have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So it'll be a public hearing at 6 PM on the 28th.
And I think the last thing for me is the patios at Essex Ridge. And we've been awaiting sort of a compliance letter with our concerns, and we don't have it yet, so we have to table it.
Yes.
So we'll table that tonight. Can I make that as a motion?
Do we need a motion to table it?
I would make a motion. to
Okay.
table it.
I make the motion, we table it.
Second. And just again.
Motion and a second, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
There was some conversation, I think many of the board members do know what the applicant's seeking, but they have never actually made an application. They haven't sent a letter or made any type of initial record that they're seeking anything.
Mhm.
So I don't know how we can move forward on anything until they make some type of request to the town board, which they haven't done yet.
Bob, did you have any comments on this, or?
I have reached out and communicated a request on a couple of occasions.
Yep.
But nothing back as of last week today.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no issue with it to my knowledge, but they just haven't replied yet.
I haven't fielded any complaints for a while there. I was getting a lot of phone calls, and it seems like the stuff is worked out. I don't understand why they just don't write the letter.
Yeah, good question.
Okay.
So we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Police Department agreement. Chief? Is something you want to add to that?
I don't know that I've seen one. Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just for the data master. It's the instrument that we use, not roadside, but that we would have actually in the office. It's to test for DWIs. It's given to us by the state. There'll be no cost to the town, training-wise or maintenance-wise as well. I just wanted to say that one of the reasons that we were even considered for this is because our numbers are so high as a department productivity-wise as far as DWI enforcement in the area here, which I think is a testament to the officers as well.
Tom, have you seen this?
Yeah, I reviewed that last week. I circulated an email to everybody that it needs my approval. It's straightforward. It's a straightforward, essentially, loan of the equipment to the Lewiston Police Department, and it's pretty clear cut.
So we're basically making a motion to allow Chief Previtt to sign it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So moved.
Al Bax and seconded by Guyben. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I was just clarifying it for you. Budget revisions. Jackie Agnello.
Earlier, I submitted a request for the approval of 4 2020 budget revisions.
I make a motion that we accept the budget revisions as presented and thank Jackie for getting them to us in a timely fashion.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Moody's rating.
Thank you. Yes, on August 27th, Moody's upgraded the town from a rating of A1 to a capital A, lowercase a3, which is great news. This is going to assist us in obtaining lower interest rates when we go to bond for our water project. And just to give you a little history, the town lost its capital A, lowercase a3 rating back in 2015. And then it was lowered to a single A1 with a negative outlook. And the negative outlook was removed in 2017, but today we're back up to the double A3 rating, which is great.
Yeah, very good.
You know, this is management. Your practices have a significant financial impact on our credit worthiness. Thank you, all of you.
Yes, thank you. And the other part is when we did our ban, we were awarded a $100,000 premium
Yep.
because of our credit and our
Yep.
credit rating. So that made our interest rate even lower when you take almost nothing.
Mhm.
Right? You know, so that was fantastic. Also good news. So good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Some of the credit must go to Jackie
And
Keep going.
and Marty.
well, also Marty and our auditors.
Yes.
They've made some good recommendations
Right.
for us.
Right,
Yep.
And also the board having the courage to make some tough decisions.
at times.
Yeah.
And all of our department heads.
Yes,
Yeah.
department
We
heads.
work very, very well together, and
Yeah.
and this is what happens, it shows.
Yeah, I think everybody has a role in it. Resident statements. Does anybody like to speak?
Are you gonna do the thing about the patios?
The patios. Oh, that was tabled. Yeah. Okay. Upcoming board commission meetings. Planning board is September 17th. Or no planning board, I'm sorry. That was There's no activity. Regular town board meeting, September 28th at 6 PM, which will include the public hearing. And other than that,
Village election tomorrow?
yeah. Oh, tomorrow?
Village elections tomorrow from noon to 9 PM, Red Brick.
Yep.
If you live in the village of Lewiston, registered voter.
Okay, real quick, we had received the information on the Mighty Fits. I don't know why it came here. The race is completely in the village of Lewiston, so I don't know what direction they would be looking from the town. Do you see where it leaves the village at all?
No, I think that he's just looking for guidance in the way he worded it, I think, but I don't know what guidance the town could give in talking with Mr. Seaman. I think his recommendation is just to refer to the village.
Yeah.
Frank,
And I'll handle it on that level anyway.
you might want to put the sign, the electronic sign out on Bridge Road saying
Yeah, we usually
an
do.
event.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll, what their stance will be on it, but I think this is their problem.
Opportunity.
Their problem.
So, with that, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Or my problem.
Second, with motion second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you, everybody, for coming.